We are rolling? Great, wonderful. Let's just start off with that. Let's just remove the kidnapping equipment.
That's how we get guests.
Yeah, that's how we get You saw that sellotape? That's how we ended up taping up.
Just removed from my mouth. Stuck
Bol
back,
abhi, we are
stuck back
recording.
on the...
Yeah, because we care about the environment. We believe in reusing, okay? We reuse and recycle kidnapping equipment.
No dolphins died in the making
Yeah.
of this podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of Radical Measures podcast. As promised, we have a funny and interesting guest. Please give it up for the very funny Ameya Deshpande.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank
Do
you, Noel.
follow him on Trial Deshpande on Instagram. You will see it on our heads below wherever the editor chooses to place it. You know, that's his real estate. But not only that, he is a stand-up comic and a writer as well. So let's just start off with that. We were discussing that a bit. कि westerns के बारे में अपन बात कर रहा था, you know. And my dad was a big fan of.
Yeah.
And that scared me a bit because he was also a cop, you know. So
Lawless land.
So you know, his thing,
I think
Clint Eastwood was
that generation didn't have Chulbul Pandey.
हाँ, वो
That
लोग
is
को-
the problem.
Exactly. वो लोग चुलबुल पांडे नहीं था, वो लोग Clint Eastwood था.
हाँ.
And it always made me feel like, damn, my dad is a cop, and if he's watching so many, you know, all Western movies were, the whole premise was shoot the problem.
Huh.
You know, if there is a problem, shoot it.
Yeah.
And I was like, is he like just like a couple of steps away from, chhod yaar.
It's also, I think, because even I had this experience. My grandfather, who never spoke English or anything, would watch cowboy movies.
Yeah.
My uncle, who would never watch any other English movie, would watch cowboy movies. You know, because the setup is very recognizable. Na? Gaon hai.
हाँ.
Like that is what Sholay was.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It was English Sholay, and it was a guy going and like shooting stuff up.
That
Okay,
was the
end में
time.
रहेगा, घोड़ा रहेगा, सब रहेगा.
Village Daku hero,
हाँ,
heroine.
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
same
just
है.
there, no? You just
Setup
get the
है.
world
Yeah.
Yes.
to yourself.
हाँ.
What a great scenario, na, for Sholay had the perfect setup
Yeah.
to be like a different genre opening up.
Yeah.
You know, where the villain had to be like a villain.
Yeah.
Like he needed to have lines.
Was there anyone before Gabbar who was like this kind? Because otherwise, like if you look at Amjad Khan in this, he, as you said, he's wearing a vardi, he's got that fucking banduk
Yeah.
and ammo
Yeah.
and whatnot, and he's menacing. He's fucking
Yes.
It's
menacing.
called Gabbar. So they
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about the vowels and the
Yes.
wordings they use.
हाँ.
Salim Javed talk about that level of writing.
Yeah.
हाँ.
Dar.
हाँ कि गब्बर सुन के लगता है कि विलन है इसका
हाँ.
और कुछ नाम हो नहीं
Yeah. Before that, it was all those movies where like, oh, ये कोई तो गाँव का जमींदार है. Who's this fat
Yes.
old guy?
हाँ.
Who's just oppressing some
Yes.
guy?
All the dialogues were the same.
हाँ.
कि
Yeah.
अगर पैसा वापस नहीं दिया तो ठाकुर साहब.
Yeah, it was that guy.
He was the villain.
He just like Gabbar was a very socialist, like, you know, he made his way to becoming a villain. You know, उसको
He earned it.
उसको जायदाद में नहीं मिला कि भाई तू villain बन. Like, you knew he wanted it badly.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And also the way they shot it, his legs first. The legs first became such a thing that it became a way to shoot the villains.
Through the legs you could see like the faces वो जहाँ तीनों लोगों को मारता है ना
हाँ.
Kalia वगैरह का
हाँ,
like they
हाँ.
introduced Kalia and all in the movie first. They
Yeah.
get fucked
Yes.
up, and then they showed Gabbar, no?
yeah
And even and later on in the movie you go in the past, ठाकुर अपना story वगैरह बना था, उसका हाथ वगैरह कैसा कटा वो सब. Yeah. So his intro is that.
very heavy
Yes.
Yeah. Also, that is when you realize being a henchman just does not pay off in any scenario, dude. मेरा बॉस भी मारता है क्योंकि कालिया वगैरह को फुल एम्प्लॉय फीलिंग ही आ रहेगा. एक तो मैं काम करने को गया, साइट पे भी मेरे को मारा, फिर मैं उधर से भाग के कैसा तो आया, तेरा ही काम करने को गया, तू भी था नहीं और अभी तू भी सुना रहा है मेरे को कि अरे यू आर आल्सो बैड एट योर.
मैं पेमेंट लेने चला गया, वो लोग ने बॉडीगार्ड रख दिया. हम लोग we went to get grain literally. They went grocery shopping, Kalia and whatnot. Except that okay, there is no equal exchange and whatnot. वो लोग बंदूक के गोट पे. But now you've got like two guys who are fucking shooting at you, and now this guy, I was not prepared for this.
and it's not like corporate, it's like a hilly terrain.
Yeah.
So like they are down and Kalia is up there in the mountains.
हाँ,
So like after this, like after everything is done, he has to walk down. Like nobody's thinking about that. He has to climb down every day, then go to his house, and then he's walking up in the morning first thing.
Hello sir.
That was, I think, one of the shortest straws who pulled. या फिर इनी मिनी माइनी मो. The watch out is such a job. इनी मिनी माइनी मो job, dude. You first of all, that is where you realize boredom comes into picture. कि it's such an important job कि देख रात को तेरे को जागा रहने का है और अगर कोई आया अपना कैंप के इधर वगैरह तो उठाने का सब लोग को. मतलब it's a very important job. मगर सिटिंग इज अ पार्ट ऑफ इट.
और गब्बर कितनी बार पूछेगा कि सरकार कितना इनाम रखी है हम पे. That's not every day is asking, no. बाकी टाइम तो
I think he asked those questions to check if Samba is paying attention. Yeah. Like it was just like
ये तो गलत.
वो तो नहीं गया.
Like inflation is not counted into it. क्या रे क्या है ये?
How interns are asked like in any meeting that what do you think? Like it's just for the purpose of asking.
I think if you climb on Samba's rock and you look, there'll be like poetry scrawled, doodles and all drawn and whatnot. Because he's just bored, dude.
मैं आसमान के नजदीक होकर भी उड़ ना पाया. Just that sort of scribbling done over there. And you see that, even when like I've always noticed like like ransom वगैरह ये सब लेता है public जो मांगता है, they are so far removed out of economy कि मतलब वो लोग ये सब चीज in account लेता ही नहीं है. Like would Gabbar get angry like कांदे का भाव बढ़ा है मेरा अभी तक एक zero extra क्यों नहीं है? What is going on over here?
He's not filing an ITR. 31st July last deadline.
Yeah, like if they don't read only about the inflation and they go to the gav.
He's angry every time कांदे का भाव बढ़ता है because like मेरा front page पे नहीं आया.
I am being pushed to page number 13. मेरा horoscope के साथ डाल रहा है ransom. ये थोड़ी है. It almost feels like an insult. Look at the horoscope and think आएगा कि नहीं आएगा पैसा. That is what it ends up feeling like. And when it comes to this also, what if the inflation rises to that extent कि गब्बर जाता है वसूली करने को and people are like अरे गरीब इंसान तेरा क्या है dude इतना कुछ है भी नहीं तू मार्केट में ये लेके आ तो तेरे को एक्स्ट्रा देता है. Like I am getting more abused by the grains fellow.
Yeah.
मूंग दाल का भाव बढ़ा के रखा है ये.
Like you would be better as a middleman in the farming economy.
ये वसूली तो कुछ नहीं है. एक्चुअल मार्केट में उतर के देखो कितना भाव लगा रहे हैं वो लोग.
That is such a big part of diluting the idea of the, like, we rarely ever look at power dynamics very closely, in our society. Like, मेरे को अपना लोग का गुस्सा ना, like Indian सोसाइटी का गुस्सा इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. बिकॉज अपन रिप्रेस करने को तैयार रहता है बहुत, मगर अपन किधर ना किधर वो निकालता है. मतलब लाइक तो जरूरत रहेगा तभी छोड़ेगा. रुक, लाइक वी होल्ड ऑन टू इट एंड इट इज लाइक दैट विद एवरीथिंग दैट वी कंज्यूम. अपना पॉलिटिक्स के साथ नाता ऐसा है, पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के साथ ऐसा. लाइक वी feel very powerless.
So you think it's like Jenga, like till everything falls, we don't know it's fallen. Like it's collapse के आसपास हम लोगों को पता ही नहीं चलता है, फिर पूरा गिर जाता है, तो गेम खत्म हो गया.
और more like we see the other person removing 2 blocks when they should be removing 1. And
Ambani gets to remove many more blocks than you get to.
Exactly. And we are like हाँ ठीक है चलेगा, तू 2 निकल रहा है ना, निकाल मगर तेरा जब टाइम आएगा तो भी मैं सीधा हाथ मारेगा.
जिस दिन मेरा मुंबई में घर हो गया ना, मैं 3 निकालूंगा और तेरा घर होएगा.
There is some like vendetta पे अपन अटकेला रहता है.
Yeah, I'm just imagining there is some chap just robbing small panels and all from Ambani's house.
Yeah.
And making one shanty for himself on the road.
एक टाइल इसको पता भी नहीं चलेगा गायब है करके.
कटिंग में पट्टी निकाल लिया वो मजदूर मार्बल में से.
And whenever his relatives and all come, like ये अंबानी का घर से लिया. Just one पट्टी.
ये दीवार का नाम एंटिला है. Just one wall is named.
Yeah, just what the paint of that wall is like ये same paint है ना नीता अंबानी का बेडरूम में.
एक एक्स्ट्रा डब्बा था बाहर रखेला था, मैं उठा लिया.
ले लिया.
That would be a flex. That would be definitely a flex. I've always thought about that also कि the moment we started getting money or we were able to afford the stuff that we made our houses out of, just changed so much. Like तेरे पास जितना ज्यादा पैसा है ना, उतना जमीन के अंदर तू खोदने को तैयार है, सामान निकालने को, घर बनाने को, मालूम है. जब पैसा नहीं था तभी यार कीचड़ विचड़ ले, ये ले वो ले, you know, use cow dung to plaster the floor,
it'll be gold, everything.
All of that, yeah, it makes sense. But then you have money, you're like Italian marble. I don't want like digging in my country also. Dig another country up, fly it over here, make my kitchen ka ota. That is the, मैं भाजी काटेगा तो like 500 feet से निकाल, like, you know. Like Earth has done its job for me to have.
उसने माइकल एंजेलो ने क्या डेविड और ये बनाया
स्टैचू है,
ठीक है.
उसी मार्बल से हम लोग थोड़ा सा नाक काट के हम लोग लाया ओटा बनाने को.
रेनेसांस टाइम का आर्ट वगैरह सब बना ला, म्यूजियम में रखा, और उस पे अपन अभी टेंडली काट रहे इधर. That is what we have reduced.
The money thing you said, no? That's what I was discussing with a friend. कि like in a lot of comics premises also who come from smaller towns, है ना, वो लोग यहाँ पे आके एक ही चीज कंप्लेन कर रहे, अरे कैसा शहर है यार वो, मैं वहाँ पे रहता हूँ, मैकडॉनल्ड्स ही नहीं है. I'm like भाई अस्पताल एक है, तुम लोग के इधर तुमको मैकडॉनल्ड्स नहीं है, इसका टेंशन तुमको कैपिटलिज्म दिया है.
जो मैकडॉनल्ड से होने वाला जो बीमारी है उसके लिए उसका इलाज भी नहीं है. Exactly. अस्पताल में.
Exactly. Like तेरे को ब्रो मैकडॉनल्ड्स के पहले एटलीस्ट 4 अस्पताल चाहिए, ठीक है.
बोले टीचर तेरा बीएड डिग्री 1 है, like तुम लोग कैसे पढ़ाई कर रहा है. दैट इज नॉट द वरी. इट्स लाइक स्टारबक्स कब आएगा यार आसनसोल, आ जाएगा यार, तुमको क्या टेंशन है स्टारबक्स का.
और वो आके तेरे इधर ज्यादा मतलब तेरे को स्टारबक्स का कचरा देखने गया हर जगह पे. व्हाई डू यू वांट इट इन अ प्लेस लाइक दैट? तू माथेरान वगैरह जाके यू डोंट वांट टू सी अ पाइल ऑफ स्टारबक्स.
प्लास्टिक कप में शिशिर लिखवाना है तो उसके लिए मतलब इकोनॉमी क्यों एक्सप्लॉइट करना.
हां, एंड it is a thing that I've been trying to make peace with. कि मतलब कभी-कभी ऐसा तेरा एज के साथ ना एग्जिस्टेंशियल क्राइसिस बहुत अजीब बदलता है कि यू स्टार्ट क्वेश्चनिंग द टाइमलाइन you are born in, you know, in the sense that ki dude, like will we ever fix some obvious things? Like kachra is a thing which since childhood I've been trying to wrap my head around why, you know, and why is there like no sense of, I feel if I see somebody litter, no, and if I am like अरे मतलब कुछ बोलेगा, I feel like I am doing something wrong. That is what the reaction of the surrounding is. कि bro फेंकने के लिए तो जगह है, you know, and I am always questioning, will this ever change?
Like ever like tail into snake biting its own tail.
like because now I'm feeling like अपन इतना zero fucks दे रहा है कि I am seeing mountains now.
Yeah.
Highway से वगैरह तो जाता है, you see the garbage dump,
you
no?
The way you see, not even highway, you don't even need highway. Say उधर एक माचिस का ये पड़ा हुआ है, हाँ, ठीक है. 2 days later you will see that this thing is growing like a plant because more things are getting aggregated. Like, you know, we are actively making plastic nurseries in and around the city.
Yeah, we are trying to grow it.
Yeah, it's growing.
and our idea is, let me water plastic with more plastic, because that is how things work. That is how it is going to work. Its function is that. And we are really not caring about like the next generation at all.
Wait a minute.
At all. Like I want to see a scenario where, you know, movie में time travel बताता ना, I want to see like the younger generation from the future coming to wage a war against the older generations now. Like they have traveled back in time to be like, क्या गांड मार के रखा तुम लोग सब चीज का यार, इधर रहने को जगह नहीं, खाने पीने को नहीं.
जिसका कार्बन फुटप्रिंट ऐसा 100-200 करोड़ के से ज्यादा है, they have a hit list of that.
Yeah.
Like that is what Terminator comes
like
for.
We have better weapons but no water.
Yeah, they are like, bro, तुम लोग इतना सब अलग अलग खा रहे हैं.
They don't even get weapons. They just get plastic bags to choke you on.
Your plastic only.
Yeah. Recognize this.
29 March 2023. You threw this after buying McDonald's. It's still around.
You think it wouldn't come back?
But do you think any generation cared about the next generation?
like on a micro level, like your kids you cared about.
हाँ.
That was it.
Because this generation does not want kids only.
हाँ.
So we are
Yeah.
like at a level we are like fuck it.
हाँ.
Yeah.
क्या करना है बचा के.
हाँ.
Yeah, because you are recognizing so many things that go into becoming a parent, and you realize that no, it's not an easy job, man. It is not like, and if you like, a lot of comics have like said it very well. Like गाड़ी चलाने को तुम इतना training ये लेता है वो लेता है. What about the person behind the steering wheel? That also should matter, dude. Like, you know, if that person is not sorted in his head and is like, yeah, I'll run over people to get revenge, and I have a license. You know, now you're weaponizing a car.
Yeah, I'm always wondering, you know, this generation ka biggest problem is adulting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like the word is like, how do I be a human being post 18?
Yeah.
That is our problem right now. Imagine the next generation be like, dude, teenage.
Yeah.
Like, you know, advanced maths. How do I deal with that?
Yeah, and you have so many weird ways to like you reach out to the internet for, you know, questions that at least my generation had with each other, maybe yours also. Like internet itna jaldi bachpan mein aaya nahi, and that is why you asked each other legit questions, you know, like
your cousins gave you sex education.
yeah.
Yeah, SMS jokes.
Yes.
That was it.
Yeah, like, dude, this means that, okay? Like, you know, like that sort of a thing. I remember at least you did not reach, like, maybe it works out, I don't know, but like one of the weirdest moments in your teenage years is like when you are recognizing boners.
हाँ.
And that is when you realize the importance of like, you know, cousin brothers. You know,
Yeah.
because you have no way to reach out to anybody in your,
Yeah.
and it happens at the weirdest of times. I remember my like one of my first weird boners, like, because it's a physical reaction. It's not a thought out, like I'm thinking about sex and it's just like, dude, what the fuck is happening? It was exam ka time, unit test kuch to tha. I did not, and it was a math exam, okay? So it was like a subject I'm deathly scared of. And I remember I used to take supplements, you know, because I never used to fill also. Because I wanted to, because other first rankers, second rank, all used to ask for supplements. So I used to feel judged. The teacher like, ये कभी नहीं मांगता है, dude, supplement कभी नहीं मांगता. So I used to ask and leave empty. Like, पहला problem, पहला page, last problem, last page, बीच में कुछ नहीं है.
You have a boner because you took 2 supplements.
Yeah. and then
Or rather, I'm thinking he's so scared of maths. His body immediately went, we need to create another human being.
Yeah.
Because we are not going to survive this.
but the second supplement paid off because I just used it to keep it in my lap. That's what I
This
did.
supplement is different from the one that gives you boners
Yeah.
as an adult. Like those are different supplements.
Yeah, that's a very different supplement altogether. Damn, dude. And that supplement, it's such a word, no? Like when you like supplement, it comes like supply. Like, like, oh, you can't get it hard. Don't worry, we have supplements for it. Like vitamins also.
Scaffolding.
Yeah. Basically, Viagra is that. Like somebody is holding your dick up for you. That is what it is.
Big pharma.
Big fun.
Oh man.
Oh gosh, it's. I remember, dude. And I used to get bonus at the worst possible time. So our school bus used to be packed with people. तो लाइक जहाँ पे ऐसा अभी ये एक सोफा है यहाँ पे 3 जन बैठ सकते हैं वो लोग 7 बिठाते थे तो my own thighs are around my dick and by the time we are like okay school has come everybody is walking out I part my knees and I'm just like oh fuck I've got a boner it's just physics se boner hua hai it's not even
it was like your legs became like
it's blocked I've choked my dick so hard that now it has a boner and like kabhi bus late hota tha so we had to run to the school gate and I'm just like dude I'm wondering dude how do I reduce a boner and run at the same time
I want the blood to go to my legs again dude I'm fast
Man, I used to get the weirdest place I used to get boners is cricket coaching. I used to go. And then I can't drop the ball on my crotch. And it just feels like I'm satisfying myself. I'm almost wanking off while run up. Like, man, I can't do anything now.
Oh, dude, that is what, like, that whole thing, no? Okay, when the blood goes to the dick, men don't have any blood in their brain, or like, in a way that's true. Not in the fact that okay, men are always horny, but more like now you can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Now you are just like, bro, I need to get rid of this somehow.
Yeah, there's no line in length.
Yeah, there's nothing. I don't care वो out होता है कि नहीं. I'm hiding something else.
A boner is like a special needs kid, you know, in your classroom who says, "Present, ma'am," halfway through the lecture.
Yeah, all your organs are there, but the whole focus is just on your boner.
And now your boner is getting so much attention that he's like, oh, I'm needed now. It's just like, Arey, ja. Like, no, wait. Now's my time to shine.
Oh man, that is the one thing that is changing. The idea of courting and whatnot, it's changing so much. But at the same time, it's just gone digital, no? Like what you say when it comes to people putting up their profiles on Tinder. Like this is the best sort of thing you're trying to put out. Like I go to clubs. I go to fancy places. I've gone closer to the ocean and clicked a selfie, you know, wearing a suit or something like that. And that's such a weird, it's peacocking only. It's nothing different, but it's such a weird thing to show, no? Like almost as if I am rich enough to be near the ocean in a suit. Okay, like you know, not bathing suit. I am overclothed
like
on a beach.
Our middle class families like इसमें से एक भी फोटो शादी के लिए नहीं लेके जा सकते और तू दिखा रहा है लोगों को.
शादी का photo is always like you want to remove any sense of enjoyment from this person's life. Like, काम का ID card का photo और रिश्ता पक्का photo are the same.
Yeah.
Like वही है ना कि when you are showing a guy or a girl for शादी to your parents, it's the same way कि okay यार साइकिल कैसा खरीदता है ना कि सेफ रहेगा. Yeah, this is not, I'm not, मैं व्हीली नहीं मारेगा इस पे. वही लॉजिक से निकाला.
He also does not enjoy life. Don't worry. We'll still be like you only. We'll be miserable. Don't worry.
I've been ये जो Tinder का profile putting your best foot forward, I think that the next version of this will be you have robots, okay, जिस पे you can upload a trailer of your personality, you know, and you send it to see the girl. So her robot comes to your house.
Yeah.
Your robot goes to their house, and then you just decide that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people will just be like, नहीं इसका trailer ही अच्छा है. I'll keep the trailer.
But you would have seen the whole transitioning from like the outset of Tinder to what a dating website has become today.
You must have seen Tinder abroad also, no? Was it there?
Yes. It was still a bit like, because I was abroad in 2012, 2011, 2012, 2013. So it wasn't, it was there, but it didn't play. OkCupid was big. OkCupid was more interactive and whatnot.
You're in which country?
UK. मैं गया मस्त और जो टाइम चूज किया है मैं, इधर एजुकेशन लोन लिया, उधर रिसेशन. व्हाट परफेक्ट टाइमिंग. डेविड कैमरॉन तभी बोल दिया था मेरा बैच के साथ नहीं मिलेगा वर्क परमिट, सॉरी यू कांट. But yeah, that was the time, and OkCupid was just getting some, but I lived in a hostel, there. So like on campus hostel is like you are just living with people your age. So that was like a full extreme party scene. मेरा cultural shock दोनों side पे तो extreme है. Extreme है, मतलब in terms of just dating and socializing also. It was not like the first time when after, saving up a bit of money, we went on a road trip to Scotland. And उधर hostel में रहा हम लोग, student hostel में. It's a co-ed hostel. The bathroom is also shared. Like it's not. And it was such a surreal experience when I'm brushing my teeth and there's just like, girls coming out of the shower and I'm brushing my teeth and I'm like, if I just like for a moment teleport this idea, I'll break brains of people back home. Like, what the fuck? What is happening, dude? These words should not collide. Like, it will error 404 message aega. Like, people will just like have.
Yeah, I just wonder, all people who like get married after without like living with a partner or something, the first just having another person in the bed must be so weird for them.
Yes.
Ki suddenly there's like another thing which is radiating heat.
Yeah.
And you can't roll completely. That itself. like in sleep also the person is just invading your privacy.
Yeah.
Like at that point.
But that is a space thing, no? Then that person also wants fan on 3.
Yeah.
You want the fan on 5.
Yeah.
And it's just psychological adjustment to another level.
Those are the choices that you realize whenever those you make those choices, the other person's voice is there. Before it was just your voice. Where do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want in the fridge? ये सामान किधर चाहिए? But then with that you have that other voice also. You're like हाँ मगर इसको इधर सामान लगता है dude. तो रहने दे. Then you compare like okay loneliness or coffee इधर रखने का. What would you rather choose? And it is an important thing. But it is difficult for, I have noticed, comics also and in certain cultures also. They're moving a lot towards the idea of, especially with the upcoming generations, like socializing is changing completely. Where the idea of loneliness is...
in the crowd but not there. Kind of a thing, no?
Being an introvert, being lonely, I have anxiety. All these things have become, like at least on the internet have become things like, oh, if I put this out, I'll find people who are similar.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll find people who are, and like,
It's a bad signal.
Yeah.
कि मैं introvert
yeah, that's such a thing, no?
बहुत ज़्यादा weird चीज़ है वो.
Like, if you are an introvert, no signal should exist.
Yeah.
That's the point of
Coming
being...
on a platform and saying मैं किसी से बात नहीं करता हूँ. How's
That is just weird.
तेरा हॉल में पब्लिक है dude. बाजू में 10 फीट पे.
And like the whole everybody just talks about extrovert, introvert ऐसा. But the truth is, psychologically speaking, most of us are ambiverts.
Yeah.
Yes.
A true extrovert, true introvert are rare.
Very rare.
मतलब
Because
हम
both are extremes.
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
तो मतलब ऐसा कुछ एग्जिस्ट कर, तुम लोग सब कूल बनने का कोशिश कर रहे हो और कुछ नहीं.
तुम भूल गए तुम 1 BHK में 5 लोग रहा है. तुमको अचानक लगता है कि
वैसा नहीं होता dude. You can't be an introvert in that scenario, you know.
Public bathroom, yes. Basically.
10 मिनट तक किसी से बात नहीं करता तो इंट्रोवर्ट है.
Maybe that is just the way of them dealing with overcrowdedness, you know. They're hallucinating they are alone in the world.
Yeah. Introversion is just a way of saying I have my space.
Yeah.
That's the illusion I'm selling myself.
Yes.
मेरा पापा खिड़की छोड़ देता 10 मिनट के लिए शाम को.
खिड़की छोड़ता भी नहीं.
Like you know ऐसे पूछो like people who've lived in flats. So they're like अरे मैं खिड़की के पास बैठता हूँ ऐसे ही sunset देखते हुए. and all that. So they romanticize one corner of a house.
Yes.
That मुझे ये कोना पसंद है मेरे घर का. I'm like यार कोना उधर गांव में घूम रहे लोग. घर के बाहर निकल के.
Yeah, my like as people get older and all, they have that space.
Yeah.
कि वो चेयर पे वही वाला चेयर.
Yeah.
उस पे कपड़ा रहेगा और like you know यहाँ पे मैं न्यूज़पेपर रखेगा, यहाँ पे मैं चाय का. Like I remember my grandfather moved out of the house, like you know जब उनका घर बन गया था सिटी में, and when he came back, you know just 1-2 दिन के लिए, we had moved the furniture around. And I could see him look at the corner and be like, my corner is gone. Where do I sit and have chai now? Like you know, I could see him mentally go, and it's like, oh shit, dude, we destroyed a part of my grandfather.
Yeah, grandfather, I've stopped playing Tetris for a long time. Now you're suddenly.
It's like the last amount of control. You know why you feel like, I've always thought about it. Why do the older you get, you become more reclusive and you become more stubborn in the way you want things, because with age you realize the lack of control you have over life in general.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm close to death. Let me at least have this. Where I'm just continuing this. Let me die in a recognizable space, and that is all I want.
Yeah, that's the thing. ना, even your doctor keeps telling you, आपका sugar control में नहीं है, आपका blood pressure control में नहीं है.
मैं ही खा रहा हूँ.
Like when you're just like, अरे everybody is saying छूट रहा है. Like you know.
And self-control is a scary thing, dude. When you start growing up and you realize ki, oh fuck, my emotional circuit is tied in with my mouth, and I'm just not like, I'm demolishing like a packet of rasgullas or whatever. No, dude, this is not something that your body should go through.
Fuck, dude, I've discovered how salt affects me now.
Yeah.
Saltiness of, like if I have lunch sometimes, because you know work and all that, like fuck it, Maggie khate. If I have 2 packets, you know, and I just lie down, I can feel the effect of high salt on my heart.
Oh man.
like my heart is just like, yeah. I can just be like, okay, I need to calm myself down. Pani peete, just dissolve this salt somehow. Because it's grabbing me, dude.
Yeah, Maggie was such a sell to us, man. Like,
No, it was the promise of taste.
Yeah.
of new different taste at home.
And it had the ease of youth.
Yeah.
Like it had all those things.
It's
Yellow
a
color,
way
bright
of
color
telling the
packaging.
young people, मेरे को मालूम है आलसी है तुम लोग,
पेट भर जाएगा.
हाँ काटने का नहीं है कुछ नहीं, पाउडर मिक्स करेगा मैं सब हो जाएगा.
Here's some filler, like, you know, something to fill that vacuum in your
And
pate.
you know, you respected that, like you didn't respect someone who'd come to your house and cook for you, but you
Yeah.
respected someone जो कांदा काट के मैगी में डालने लग गया था.
हाँ.
Afterward, like that person
Those
had
Maggi
more effort.
recipes, I never get it.
Yeah.
Like, why are you making it difficult? Like, you know, why don't you just, why are you going midway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually become a cook, na?
Yeah.
I saw one guy. Fuck, dude. Those Maggi recipes are the worst to watch. There's some people like literally like, you know, उसका साबुदाना वड़ा टाइप चीज बनाता है मैगी का.
And fry करके निकालता है.
हाँ, डीप फ्राई करेगा मैगी. Like, तो बना ना साबुदाना. मैंने मैगी के साथ बनाया नहीं dude.
तू आलसीगिरी किया कुछ नहीं और. That is a Maggie का thing is weird, especially when you have. That's the juxtaposition that you see. Like we think we are gaining new shit, but we are just giving up a lot. Like we don't even understand. We don't even understand of we are leaving behind nutritious food. Like we just made that jump, and that is why our way of looking at city is going to fall apart very quickly. Like we feel city is the answer to everything, and that is where nutrition also, city nutrition is so different. Where you're looking at ease, pick up and go, you know, everything is marketed like quick, fast food. मैं ज़्यादा time रुकता नहीं. हाँ bro, मगर तू क्या खा रहा है वो भी सोचना. Like you don't pay attention to that at all. Where pav bhaji, everything is like just dull yourself. You know, like put stuff which will just slow you down so that you can just believe like, हाँ रे, this is a good life.
मैं कभी-कभी सोचता ना, I don't think the way I think fruit looks
Yeah.
is actually how it's supposed to look. You know what I mean? Grapes ऐसा एकदम ऐसा pointy लंबा नहीं होना चाहिए वैसा.
Yeah.
ठीक है, like, you know, kiwi, hairy. I don't think it's supposed to look like, you know, chiku and all looks polished, is एकदम round, regular shape. I don't think any of these fruits are supposed to look the way
That
they are.
wax sticker joke you had, no? was very funny.
कौन सा?
Apple wax sticker
हाँ.
joke you had. Some joke you had, no?
I think it must be a very old joke.
Yeah, it's a very old joke.
हाँ.
One of your early jokes. It was very funny. कि उस पे sticker लगा हुआ है.
हाँ.
Apple पे wax करके.
हाँ.
Some joke it had. Sorry, I forgot.
There was something.
There
Fruit
was
seller वाला
Yeah,
तो like
fruit
था
seller वाला
but.
तो
हाँ. Export quality कुछ तो रहा.
हाँ, export quality
yeah,
उस पे लिखा रहता है.
हाँ. And it's still here. It's
हाँ, तो
failed as a fruit.
That's the joke. Yeah. Export quality तो बाहर भेजना इधर क्यों पड़ा हुआ?
Yeah, that is what you.
It's America return.
Yeah, like fruit got denied.
Denied.
visa.
Yeah.
ये एप्पल को ग्रीन कार्ड नहीं मिला.
करने में.
Like I went to my friend's village. We were shooting a film, and there you see like how you don't have to sell things.
Yeah.
In a village.
Okay.
Okay. In a city you have to sell things.
Yes.
कि export quality स्टिकर चाहिए तुमको.
Yes.
तुमको एक अपील भी बनाना है.
Yes.
गाँव में एक आदमी को देखा वो अपने रेडी पे सोया हुआ था दोपहर को.
हाँ,
देखो इतना
yeah,
केला
yeah.
बेच दिया कि आधा रेडी खाली हो गया. अब वो आधा रेडी पे सोया हुआ है. आराम से उसको बेचना ही नहीं है. तुम जाके
पे सोया dude. सोच ना what a life.
उसका recreation is based on performance.
Bro, that person has hacked the evolution chart.
Yeah.
You know, he stopped with the monkey bit. What do we like? Bananas. I'm sleeping on it.
Yeah.
I am the king.
You have to wake him and be like बेच दो. Like that is not happening in the city. You walk ahead.
तुमने चुराया नहीं?
Like you really made it in life if you can eat your mattress.
Yeah.
What else do you want? You feel hungry? Eat a part of your pillow and go back to sleep.
Yeah, and that's the ease of business. No?
Yes.
He's not sleeping like कि अरे यार इतना बाकी है बेचने को. He's sleeping like बेच दिया भाई इतना.
Yes.
अब तुम ये केला लेके जाएगा तो मैं पैर भी फैला दूंगा थोड़ा सा.
Please ले लो मालिक. करवट लेनी है.
So there's no selling. When मैं गांव के मार्केट में जा रहा हूँ कोई selling ही नहीं है. एक दुकान है केले का, एक दुकान है दवाई का. क्या कंपटीशन है?
Yeah.
हाँ, actually.
तुम्हारा उधर
Yes.
एक ही दुकान है.
वो लोग सिर्फ it's there because like अरे मैं नहीं रहेगा तो कोई नहीं रहेगा. और कौन रहेगा?
मैं छुट्टी पे गया तो 4 लोग मर गए इधर ही.
That's why they say na in village everybody knows
Everything,
everybody
yeah.
knows everyone. Like, yeah, because you can't fight with the guy giving you Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't.
No, also he will not fuck over मतलब इतना because he's the only person getting Band-Aid. Like, you know, so it's like lack of competition works both ways. Because like, oh, okay, buddy, we'll just put money together, open the shop right beside you because जगह तो है, and then we'll sell banded at a good price, ठीक है, क्योंकि तू ऐसा नहीं कर सकता है रविंद्र, ऐसा नहीं कर सकता तू.
तुम्हारा यही नेगोशिएशन है, भाई साहब हमने क्या गलती कर दी थी जो आपने हमारे बाजू में दुकान खोल दी.
That is how they talk.
That's a city conversation.
And you've spoken to farmers ever? You've gone to a village, या फिर तेरा रिश्तेदार में से कोई ऐसा रहेगा? Couple of my cousin brothers, they are proper like farmers, you know, they run proper नासिक का बाहर शेती वगैरह, शेतकरी मस्त डाळिंब वगैरह, pomegranate, everything, and it's seasonal also how they do it. But I had never felt so out of touch and not knowing what I'm putting in my body, even though I have conventionally studied like so much more than them. You know, UK return ये वो MA बाहर से किया है वगैरह, मेरे को आइडिया भी नहीं था. And how he broke it down for me was, तुम लोग शहर का लोग ना ऐसा येड़ा है. बोला क्यों रे भाई, क्या हो गया, ऐसा क्यों जज कर रहा है? And he's like, तुम लोग ध्यान भी नहीं देता है, हम लोग का कैसा रहता है. He broke it down completely कि every farmer has 2 sections of the farm. One which is for mass production, where he will put in stuff because of course the demand is so high, so I'll put in fertilizer, ye wo sab. And the other section is which we grow for ourselves, where it's clean, I will use all natural organic stuff, so it's properly grown, पकाया हुआ ऐसा नहीं है. Then he will tell me,
तुम लोग खाओगे, ये मैं खा के जिंदा रहूंगा ताकि तुम लोग खा सको.
Exactly. It's such a क्या equation है, मतलब balance ही नहीं हुआ ये equation, मालूम है? And the one crop that he made me feel like the most stupid about was tomatoes. तुम लोग का ना एक सबसे घटिया आदत है कि तुमको सॉस सबका साथ चाहिए. नो हर एक चीज सॉस में डुबा के खाता है तुम लोग. सॉस के लिए कैसा टमाटर जाता है मालूम है क्या तुमको? ऐसा गला हुआ वगैरह पूरा, लाइक जो मतलब देख के तो बोलेगा क्या है ये. एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट गोज इनटू दैट मास मैन्युफैक्चरिंग थिंग where they add all the other additives. And then when you start reading, it is very shocking. When you start reading the ingredients, ice cream, one of the things where it broke it down for me ना, ice cream का तू पीछे का पड़ेगा ना, vegetable oil है dude ice cream में. Why is there vegetable oil in ice cream? That is something that makes you feel like bro कुछ और ही बना रहा है तू. ये ice cream नहीं है.
तू क्या बोल रहा था अभी?
मैं बोल रहा था कि उसका नेगोशिएशन है ना इस लेवल पे, कि लाइक ही इज ग्रोइंग हाफ एंड हाफ, कि दैट इज हिज नेगोशिएशन फॉर अ लॉन्गर हिज ओन लाइफ, एंड वी आर नॉट डूइंग द सेम. जैसे हम लोग ना बचपन में बोलते थे कि हम लोग कहीं भी बाहर जाते थे ना, तो जैसे पार्ले जी का फैक्ट्री देख लिया, कि पाव कैसा बनता है देख लिया, तो हर चीज का ट्रेलर ये होता था कि तूने एक बार देख लिया ना कि ये कैसे बनता है, तू खाएगा ही नहीं.
Yes.
ऐसे में लाइक व्हाई इज दिस, ये ट्रेलर कैसे, तू ये पिच कैसे तुम लोग का.
Yeah. I think that is why we have packaging. Like फोटो देख के मांग तू, प्रोडक्ट देख के मत मांग.
कि मुर्गी लोग कैसा काटते हो देखा ना तो तू खाएगा ही नहीं. हम लाइक तो क्या कैसा सेल है.
तो इसके पहले लोग कैसा खाता था?
वही काट के खा रहा था.
वो मुर्गी काटने वाले को पूछ रहा है आप चिकन खाते हो? हाँ. तो हो गया ना.
That is where you see the distinction between boneless chicken and हड्डी वाला chicken also, where like मेरे को काम भी नहीं करने का है, ये जिंदा था ये मेरे को बता भी मत. Like to convert this meat into something like cauliflower, you know, which I can eat without removing bones and all.
Just debone it.
Yeah.
Skin निकाल. I wanted to be as close to marination.
Yeah.
Dude, अभी वो भी आता है ना marinated chicken and what? Just fry it and that's it.
Yeah.
So you feel like oh नहीं मैं बाहर से ऑर्डर नहीं किया. Like that's it.
तो that is stealing away knowledge, no? कि अगर कि किसी भी शेतकरी मतलब फार्मर के पास 1 एकड़ लेगा ना जमीन का, तो उसको सॉइल के बारे में पता है, उसको सब्जी के बारे में पता है, उसको बहुत सारी चीजों के बारे में पता है. और हमारे पास कुछ भी नहीं, मतलब हम लोग के पास किताब है पर हमको फिर भी कुछ नहीं पता. हम लोग डॉक्यूमेंट्री देख रहा है समझने के लिए.
And we get shocked when real world reality happens. Like if it gets flooded, we are like, "Arey, how?" If you see termites or something around, you're like, "Dude, how the fuck are there termites?" Because you live on planet Earth, dude. This is the world like where you can't be shocked by the outside world. And a city is such that we are so everything is coming home. You know, like a city is the most expensive place to live on the planet, but you don't even want to step out for groceries. सब कुछ ऐप के थ्रू आता है कि मेरे को बाहर कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए, पूरा दुनिया मेरे पास लेके आ, क्योंकि मेरे को मालूम है बाहर कुछ एक्चुअली रखा नहीं है ब्रो. कंटाला आता है बाहर जाके. किधर मार्केट जाएगा.
Whatever you have to go through to reach that thing that you want is not worth it.
Yeah.
Work from home, groceries home, dating from home, everything is just.
Where were you born?
Here only.
In Mumbai.
Yeah,
You were also born in
Yeah,
Mumbai.
born brought up Mumbai.
Yeah, I've always had this slight dissonance of knowing कि छत्तीसगढ़ में क्या चल रहा है और मुंबई में क्या चल रहा है.
Achha, because you were born there.
Yeah, I was born in Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh.
Okay.
And like I came here in 2007, 2006 kind of a space.
Oh.
Okay, तो उतना टाइम में so there's always this slight dissonance in my mind कि अच्छा वहाँ पे निकलना पड़ता है घर से. वहाँ पे अगर तुम रेस्टोरेंट से खाना मंगा रहे हो तो तुम्हारी रिश्तेदारी है उस रेस्टोरेंट से. And that thing is diminishing now here. So I always feel like okay, I'm privileged, but I get the moral high ground of not being privileged also because my father was from Bhilai.
Yes. I had those moments when we went to visit apna where my mom and dad were from, and that is one of the biggest flex that they had in terms of showing the two sides of migration. And I could definitely see when I saw कि अरे पुलिस लाइन में गांव का बाहर किधर ये बाथरूम में इधर से चल के जाता था वगैरह. I could almost understand, yeah, that's why you guys were so angry all the time. It just made sense. Like you guys basically were like going through North Korean experience in Nasik Malegaon. Like,
and voting.
And voting.
And voting for your North Korean experience.
Exactly. And voting for that also. Like, and that was that.
You had the promise of hope. Change also. And not
Every 5 years, exactly.
And that is where their anger comes from.
Yeah.
I have realized that the anger towards the opposition party, now the opposition party, then the ruling party, is just that their whole generation felt like they were fucked over and not delivered on the promises, especially after 91. When you were like, yeah, now the market has been opened, we are going to progress a lot, there's an influx of so much money, and builders, वगैरह, privatization started so much. But yeah, in between there was just a big sinkhole. And that is where I meant by like we hang on to anger. Like we are like, oh, you do it now. And when the time comes, I just want somebody else to stand up. And even if the other person is fucking me over, I'll look at you angrily while getting fucked over.
That is like partly your responsibility as a kid, no? Your parents just download all that anger onto you.
Yes.
Ki mera badla le. And then that 18-year-old vote.
And that anger also includes many facets. Like it's not just anger कि अच्छा मैं छोटे शहर से आ रहा हूँ. It's also कि अजरुद्दीन fixing किया. Like that anger is also there on you.
तू ही आइडिया दिया उसको.
इतना बड़ा देश है और मेरे को स्कैम करने का भी मौका नहीं मिला. Like that is the anger.
सहारा के चिट फंड में पैसा चला गया और सचिन जीरो पे आउट हुआ. दोनों का गुस्सा.
वो स्कैम वर्ड बहुत जगह पे है dude, and it's like दीमक of अपना social fabric, because हर एक सोसाइटी में स्कैम का सीन होता है. हर एक सोसाइटी में
सेक्रेटरी
बोल यार ये पैसा किधर गया. It's like people are thinking that's the life upgrade, that you can scam people, you have moved on in life. Okay, where you can take other people's money and not explain at all what is going on. I've always asked questions like that. One of the things that I hate about political flexi boards, so I dislike only कि किधर भी कुछ भी डाल देता है. और वो तू एक्सपेंडेबल्स का पोस्टर देखेगा ना कभी वैसा दिखता है डूड वो पोस्टर.
That flexi board should be called a form of PDA.
Yeah.
Because that is how men show affection for each other.
वाट दिवसाचे हार्दिक शुभेच्छा is the
Dude, recently एक कोई तो आसपास में MLA का बर्थडे था and I saw him in every age of his life.
Yeah.
क्योंकि हर एक एज का फोटो था.
एमएलए लोग के कुत्ते का बर्थडे होता है तो लोग इसको टॉमी का वाट दिवसाची शुभेच्छा. इंडियन महाराष्ट्र में तुम जाएगा तो कितने
Pomeranian
वाट दिवसाची शुभेच्छा. टफी नाम है.
never an indie कुत्ता, but like if it's a Labrador or a Pomeranian, it makes it. It makes it. It's almost like a culture.
How white
Yeah.
this dog be?
I am blonde in my gav, okay? that is the flex. And the flexiboard you see in the cities now, I don't see a flexiboard, I see promise of violence. Because all of them look violent, dude. All of them look like if there is a prison scene, I can hire any of them
As extras.
to behave like extras. मतलब हर एक जन ऐसा लगता है कि इसको एटलीस्ट 5 साल का वसूली एक्सपीरियंस है, and then you are like, oh, this is just, you are showing me who will threaten me for the next 5 years now.
Yeah.
There also you realize that okay, a big part of political scene and all ना, जब भी मूवी में politician वगैरह दिखाते हैं, they'll be like, हाँ नेताजी का ये secretary ये वो and all. But like like you know, those are the roles, the people around the Netaji and whatever. But actually it's way more deeper. Like tent बनाने वाला, speaker देने वाला, these two are also very important people in the whole this. क्योंकि वो लोग भी flex लगाता है कि हाँ ये tent वाला हम लोग tent लगाया and whatnot. And you can see like okay, he has a 5-year plan of eventually getting a ticket or something, you know, and this guy is vetting himself.
कि अगली बार मोदी जी गाँव आएंगे तो हमारा साउंड बॉक्स लगेगा, और उनके फ्रेम में बासु साउंड बॉक्स नीचे लिखा होगा हमारा कंपनी है.
सर जी हम ये ग्राफिक्स लगाएंगे ना, फोटोशॉप लिया है हमने सर, वी विल गो अहेड एंड ऐड एक्स्ट्रा.
मेरा लड़का सीख रहा है सर कैसे 26 फोटो एक साथ लगा सकता है ना फोटोशॉप में, सीख लिया है वो ऑलरेडी.
Like Photoshop is doing like a small training module only for this.
Where
they are just specifically catering to political.
That's
party.
a YouTube series. अलग-अलग font में शुभेच्छा.
The hatred towards politics has just disappeared from storytelling in movies. Have you noticed that? Like there was a huge, especially in 2000s, 2010 tak, you can see there was this depiction of the extreme amount of corruption that exists throughout the hierarchy of institutions. Let it be a political institution, let it be like something like, you know, a city organizational institution, anything like that. You saw depiction of corruption and it has now
You mean
just
like a
gone.
Nayak type thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was that desire to have the protagonist stand up to corruption
David versus
exists.
Goliath वाला जो एक है continuously.
That was a continuous part of it, and now it's like Ayushman Khurrana does it.
Yeah.
And that is
but
it.
It's social issues still.
Yes, it's
on mass.
social
There's
issues.
no face to it.
There's
Yes.
no face to it because now the like David is also a cunt. Like, only Goliath is not a huge person. He's also sending WhatsApp forwards about how Muslims spread corona. So David is also an asshole now.
True. Yeah, every Ayushman Khurrana character is the guy who you hated in school.
Yeah. Monitor गिरी क्या कर रहा है तू गांडू? It is monitor.
Fuck off, no.
And his whole thing is मैं टीचर को बताऊंगा, और टीचर कौन? टीचर भी मैं ही है. मैं ही एक्स डालेगा तेरे नाम के सामने, टीचर भी मैं ही है, सब मैं ही है.
Like it's like and if you look at any Ayushman Khurrana character, he's the most privileged person in that society. Caste wise, he's a guy, he's a good looking guy, he has friends, he has money, he has a good job in an IT. So the change happens when he is inconvenienced.
Then mummy becomes pregnant. Like that doesn't happen.
You know, यार यार मेरे साथ क्यों हो रहा है? एक मिनट, तेरे को प्रॉब्लम, सोसाइटी में हमेशा से प्रॉब्लम ना कर.
मैं देखा.
Like Shubhmangal Sawadhan is that, fuck, you can't get it up, and now that is a movie.
Yeah.
Like that's conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great movie. I like that movie. But like, if you think about it, when he's inconvenienced.
Yeah. When it is his inconvenience, that is when it's like, and that is when he wants to change it also.
Yeah.
So it's a desire to be like, also it adds a empathy indirectly from the audience for all the characters, because it looks like he's sacrificing his privilege because he's standing against, which is not really true, because that's how you realize like privilege has multiple shields, dude. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक चीज है, वो force field है, मालूम है privilege. Like नहीं बोल.
Also privilege का वाले सेंस में फिल्म खाली मिडिल क्लास का मोरालिटी बदल सकता है ना, अपर क्लास का मोरालिटी नहीं बदल सकता है, गरीब लोग का मोरालिटी नहीं बदल रहा है,
वो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता.
तो वही तो इट्स ओनली मिडिल क्लास दैट इज थिंकिंग अबाउट यार 3 इडियट्स में बच्चों को पढ़ने देना चाहिए. लाइक इट्स जस्ट थॉट इन मिडिल क्लासेस हेड दैट यू कैन पुट, नो वन एल्स.
And if one of the weirdest outcomes of 3 Idiots is like it almost acted as a cooker shitty ka wo, you know, to release pressure over a generation of engineers, but at the same time it has destroyed the beauty of Leh Ladakh. It has decimated it.
It made the future of Bombay engineers by destroying the future of Leh Ladakh children.
Completely, because now when you go to that lake, it's just you see remnants of plastic bottles, daru bottle, everything.
Those kids can't be anything but tourist guides now. Tourism is become their engineering. That is what it's become.
Most of the other अपना नीचे का subcontinent of India से ऊपर जाता है and they just go to any Ladakh fellow or native person and just be like मेरे को जिंदगी का मतलब किधर समझेगा बता उधर जाने का. What had happened once was Leh Ladakh has one of the lowest crime rates because क्या करेगा crime क्या उधर it doesn't have like it's like
before crime starts someone gives you a tapli चुप ना. क्या कर
आज चोरी करना था बहुत बर्फ गिर गया.
Nature is your cop. Law and order nature maintain कर रहा है.
So it was that sort of a thing, and that is why culturally they were not so afraid of people stealing from one another. और उधर farming mainly potato का होता है. High altitude ज़्यादा कुछ ये होता नहीं तो potato farming होता है. Because it needs less water and soil is also good for it. And potato doesn't need a lot of moisture वगैरह. So
potato is growing in my kitchen right now. So
yeah. Exactly. So what they used to do was the farmers during harvest season used to harvest it and keep it by the main road. And then they used to pay for one collector like who got the because सब मिलजुल के टेम्पो एक हायर करके भाई हमारा सबका सामान लेके जा मार्केट में और उधर ट्रेडर के साथ बात होके गया पैसा भेज वगैरह. So during harvest season these guys ended up putting all of the and then that tunnel opened. हाँ. So tourism बढ़ गया बहुत और tourism बढ़ा तो उसमें public बीच में जो नोएडा वगैरह से गाड़ी जा रहा था they started picking up the sacks, putting it in their own cars and going because they are thinking it's like a gift from the state कि भाई तू आया तो कुछ लेके जा करके. दूसरा दिन टेम्पो वाला कॉल कर रहा है सब फार्मर लोगों भाई किधर है आप किधर और रखा है क्या किया है.
My God, dude. Why would you assume it's a gift also?
और सरकार आलू क्यों देगा?
और रास्ते में
सब्सिडी देगा ना सरकार आलू क्यों दे रहा है बोरी में?
And what an expectation of like stealing, no? Like कोई देख रहा नहीं है मैं उठा लेगा. बटाटा चोरी कर रहा है तू. मतलब तू मारुति आल्टो में
कितना खाएगा बे?
एक बोरी बटाटा लेके जा रहा है तू.
And even if you go to a person कि अरे मैं लेह लद्दाख से बटाटा लेके आया, they just be like क्या वहाँ पे बनता है?
अरे पागल एपिफनी लाना चाहिए था. तू बटाटा लेके आया गांडू. क्या कर रहा है तू? And that is something that Raju Hirani and Amir Khan would never want to look at or speak about. Not once. In one of the PR things I want them to ask, by the way, what does this make you feel?
Yeah, what happened to the lake?
Yeah, like what does this make you honestly like tu kya kiya? You realize that now what did you do to the place?
That is the reason why there is no Satyamev Jayate anymore.
Yeah.
Like it just stopped. You're like, fuck dude, the truth is going to come for us. Let's not have this.
मैं मेरा hypocrisy face नहीं कर सकता dude अभी.
देख आमिर खान मीडिया में कोई बोला ना I have not discovered myself. Public laugh. लेह लद्दाख में laugh off मारेगा उसका एफीजी जलाएगा. लेकिन तू इतना किया तू खुद को नहीं ढूंढ पाया अभी तक.
Yeah, it does feel like that now. All of his movies now, the choice of his movies are feeling like, oh my god, this fellow Amir is on the track to create Oscars in India. He wants to sub choice, sub ऐसा मतलब
3 days करके IITian बन गया. That is what has happened to him now.
And when he found that look na, he also got a lot of feedback for that look like
3 days wala.
3 Idiots wala ki there is after that every role he has tried to look very young in all of that. Like that's one look, you know, where you can see the eyeliner, you can see the kajal, you can see the extra makeup, you know, and you can see like, oh, this fellow doesn't want to leave his 30s at all. Like I would like to see like थोड़ा life experience reflect हो रहा है ये character में.
And I think 2 years ago only in Rang De Basanti he had like peaked his college. Like what college acting he can do. He had peaked that in Rang De Basanti.
Like,
I felt.
To the extent that they showed him to be bad at studies also. मतलब इसको देख के लग रहा है ये fail होके पीछे अटका है.
हाँ चलो. लाइक स्कूल के टाइम से फेल हो रहा है यहाँ से
हाँ, the character is accepting कि मैं 5 साल से नहीं निकला हूँ कॉलेज से, मेरा बस इमोशन इधर ही अटका हुआ है, what am I doing in life?
या उसका माँ बाप भी ढाबे पे आके काम कर पागल क्या कर रहे थे ये सब क्या करते बेटा है. He also gets people to the ढाबा कि हमारे इधर आके खाओ, थोड़ा बहुत खर्चा निकल रहा है. That was Rang De Basanti. Rang De Basanti was such a that movie can't be made again.
Yeah.
You're shooting down a politician. Oh my God, you
man.
can't.
And that too in Lutyens, you are doing it when he's on a morning walk and
Yeah.
all of that. It just should not feel
no,
like
no,
a radical
every
idea.
political party will see themselves in that and be like, hey, this is anti.
Yeah. Because everybody,
anti-national, but it's
everybody has that guilty conscience that they know ki dude, I deserve assassination. Let's just not give people ideas. Okay, like I have fucked over people in such a horrible, because an assassination is like a pure anger.
Yeah.
कि bro तू तो खत्म, like तेरे को तो अभी चाहिए ही नहीं.
If it's public, like मेरे को लगता है JFK टाइप का जो assassination था, where you can say कि कोई तो रहा होगा.
Yeah.
या फिर अपना भी एक दो प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो भी है गए.
That sort of an assassination is a shoulder shrug. क्या मालूम कौन मारा, क्या मालूम, कुछ तो खाया पिया रहेगा, क्या मालूम.
There is an email chain of these assassination discussions in government offices where they just everybody just saying I'll get back to you. Like, everybody is just saying like, nahi mano.
Good idea.
Yeah,
ये theory है, अच्छा theory है. Let's talk about this after the summer vacation. मैं अभी लोनावला जा रहा हूँ wife और बच्चे के साथ.
Because poisoning was that, no? Poisoning was like a discreet way of assassinating somebody. You know, ki, and some
LBS
people
apparently was poisoned.
Who?
Lal Bahadur Shastri.
हाँ. Yeah.
No one has ever called him LBS. Okay,
I also
sorry.
had to do LBS mark. Acha.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the main traffic wala scenes. You know, it's like a metaphor for it. Information is stuck in traffic. We don't know what has happened with him. The Russians, Putin is great. Putin and actually dictators, for example, I think they just have a department for assassinations because they need, like, you know, so many to be done. Reporter bol, koi tera opposition party mein khada hua hai bol. Putin to used to take it so far where he used to poison people with radioactive isotopes, which are colorless. You know,
घर वर में रख देगा तुम्हारे.
पानी में. It's like odorless and colorless.
बराबर, हाँ.
And you just add that and you make it like difficult to trace.
हाँ, क्योंकि वो decay होता है ना.
हाँ. And now you're like, oh damn, what is killing this person? I don't know. And it is such an obvious thing. And that is why I felt like it was a weird boss move from Putin, because it's like, of course, who else has radioactive isotopes lying around? Like rat poison, I can understand, but who else has this? You know? And conveniently, anybody who decides to stand for election gets poisoned, dude. Everyone, to the extent that people who stood against him, they used to go to European countries and only fly in during election. कि मतलब कल वोट देने वाले तो आज में लैंड होएगा.
That was the guy who got arrested midway or something.
एयरपोर्ट
पे arrested.
लैंड हुआ और उसको अरेस्ट किया, डूड, एयरपोर्ट पे.
Who's this guy?
नवाल्नी बोल के एक बंदा था.
Someone who stood against him in a...
हाँ.
Who had heavily criticized Putin.
But this reminds me though, there is some Russian general who is this blonde woman or something, and she's clearly like a killer, a trained killer and whatnot, but the internet is simping over her. Like there are like anime cartoons drawn like while she's delivering like death warrants of people and the internet can't get over the fact of how cute she is. Like that's it.
No, but that's also one of the things that the spies and whatnot are trained to like do, you know, there's this weird term honeypot. Honey trapping, honeypot type sort of thing, where the people are told, hey, you have information and you know, you have seen stuff, and I know you're a guy, so you're going to fucking just think with your dick. And it's a very weird way of telling, see buddy, if a really good looking woman comes to talk to you, listen to me, you're not that good looking.
Yeah, you're being spy zoned.
You're horrible looking. She's not in it for your looks. Just recognize that.
So there are Indian students who go to Russia. Most of them go for medical studies and whatnot. क्योंकि वहाँ पे state sponsored है, easier है. Of course they have to come back here and again write an exam.
Cheaper also.
Cheaper also, extremely cheap over there. So it seems that they are briefed. Students are briefed over there. When you're in Russia, if you see like a person, generally good looking person coming, talking to you, seem very interested to you, just go away. It's because they'll use because there could be agents who are trying to create somebody and like flip you on. Like, like they're trying to create a source in India.
Yeah.
Like that could be
And that's
thing.
the Munna Bhai MBBS I want to see.
Yeah.
Sanju Baba just walking like that.
अरे चिंकी तू बदल गई.
भाई मुझे नहीं लगता, आपको जो लगता है वो सच है भाई. Like
तुझे पुटिन दिखाई दे रहा है.
लगे रहो मैं लेनिन दिखाई दे रहा है उसको. मुन्ना भाई को.
Like that is what the Marxist this is कि मैं सबको रूट कैनाल देगा भाई. सबको रूट कैनाल देगा. That is the one thing about beauty and Russia that I have always found incredibly interesting. Not just Russia, but if you look at other Scandinavian countries also, the climate is so harsh, the living scenario is so harsh, things are not that easily obtainable in Russia, but Russian women are known around the world for their beauty, to the extent that they get citizenship on like mail order bride scenario where they are like, oh my god, they are so beautiful. And how do those two things?
Yeah, because it's harsh climate and it's difficult to get everything. They're the thing of, oh, I'll take care of the beautiful woman. That is the thing. Like, no one cares about if you're ugly. That's it. They'll let you die.
Yeah, and they are
and like also like if you're like a beautiful person, if they're about to die, you'll see their face change. Like an ugly person looks the same whether they're dead or alive.
Yeah.
That's another thing. As the coal cutter, nahi re, why say?
Yeah, that is when you send them in a. Hey, yeah, you never see really beautiful people working in a mine
Of course not.
or picking up some. Like beauty is that genetic golden ticket. Where you're like, ye hai tere paas, to dude, you can make that move.
Yeah.
You know,
there is upward mobility immediately.
वो चाय वाला मालूम है जो एक बहुत फेमस हो गया था बीच में, he had blue eyes, I think Afghanistan या Pakistan, who became a model. Like somebody saw, अरे भाई ये क्या, and he became a model, dude.
Yeah.
All it took was one photo of his beauty being represented somewhere in LA. You deserve a better life.
Yeah.
What is this?
The world was just like, नहीं, तू चाय पीना चाहिए.
Yeah.
वो भी कैमोमिल वाला.
हाँ, बनाना नहीं चाहिए तो तू बहुत सुंदर है रे.
Imagine,
तू स्किन केयर करना, तू चाय पत्ती क्यों डाल रहा है?
imagine he's on set and the only guy he can relate to is the spot dalda. Like he's alone there.
Yeah. Now he looks at chai making differently. He's just taking steam.
Yeah.
He's just holding that and
He probably doesn't have tea anymore because not good for his skin now.
Yeah, caffeine ages you, man. What?
Oh yeah.
So when it comes to this also beauty, that is where money comes in a lot, na? Money and power comes in a lot.
Upward mobility कितना है तुम्हारा?
You can just
Decide
be
करके आए
picked
हो
up.
तुम. Yeah.
You can just get picked up if you're beautiful and a king notices you. Hey man, guess what? I'm taking over your kingdom, but you will survive.
Yeah.
You know, you will have silk sheets, you will have cushions. I'll give you slaves. You choose whom do you want. You know, you'll have a beauty regimen, everything.
Yeah.
Only thing is you'll have to do what I tell you to do. That is the only thing.
Apparently, that is how one of the Cleopatras, the one who had an affair with Julius Caesar. That is how
Mark Antony,
na?
No. Mark Antony was later.
First.
So
Caesar
her whole lateral move was that only. Apparently she just had affairs with Caesar and that was how politics was played.
Yeah.
Like you just made conjugal relationships with people and that was it. She kicked off her brother, she ruled Egypt and she was boss. Because like, theek hai, chalega. This is the trade-off.
Yeah. And she was a very, very intelligent person. Like she was represented as only a beautiful, enchanting
No, that was
person.
the branding.
Yeah. On point branding. Like I'll utilize everything. I'll kill in all sectors. She was like a Kardashian of that time.
Yeah.
Like she's not dumb. You know, she can take over things. She can like she's good at politics.
Yeah.
She exerts her influence whenever she wants to. Like, it's just very intelligent how these people know to play the social media game so well that you almost feel bad for the people because, dude, you got hacked. You know, everybody who gets a following or something like that, it almost feel like, yeah, they hacked the system now.
Yeah.
Now they know what to do. Like Rohit Shetty, for example, he has hacked the system, dude. He just knows I need to, like, you know, amp it up completely. Show that, yeah, you just need a gun and sort out the world for yourself, man. Yeah. And it pays off.
Yeah, man, those advertising solutions. Like
Yeah.
just turning life into 30-second solution.
हाँ.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
So fucking
Yeah.
movies also doing it. It's like, is this life so simple?
Huh, like a
If you
product.
become Akshay Kumar for
I'll make you believe, dude, that it is that simple. That is what I'll do.
Yeah. It's told to you like that. Nah? All you needed to fix your life was Kajaria tiles. And now that was the only problem. Now everything is just perfect.
You believed that and then Kajaria tells you like 80,000 लगेगा इसका तुमको.
मैं life का problem solve कर रहा हूँ, dude, तेरा. Of course.
Oh, man.
And वही तो है ना, how every like generation believes that where their solution lies. Like whatever films were hit, like DDLJ generation thought that if we really fight for our love,
Yeah.
you know, then मेरी life सही हो जाएगी, Simran train चढ़ जाएगी.
Correct.
And today's solutions are in historical films. Like, how is that? Like you make good historical films, that's where solution of life is.
Yeah, because now it's very apparent कि like हाँ आज में कुछ रखा है ही नहीं. It's very apparent that the
Rewrite
present
history,
has
we'll
no.
be fine now.
Yeah. Like that's the reason why you don't have that Nayak type movie anymore. Because like you know everyone, like you said, no, David is also a cunt. You know everybody around you is a cunt. Like you just know it. Like, you know, वो वाला like we are disillusioned with any form of solution that you can apply in society. Because you realize like after 2 articles you will find an article that contradicts the first one. Like वो वाला तेरे को मिल जाएगा. So you will be like, oh wow, the internet is so great, and then you'll be like, oh, and Instagram is also killing teenage girls. Like on its own.
Let's not look at that, okay? Let's not look at that. It's shaping the future, man. We are all waiting to get plugged into the matrix. You know,
Business opportunities. You can build a brand on Instagram.
In fact, we are doing that with our podcast. We are going to archive it and sell it to a subscriber later on. You know, if real life climate change issues are a big problem, check out our episodes while you drown. That is what we are going to wrap this episode on. All right. If you're drowning, guess what? Drown in content.
Yeah.
That's the way to go out.
To drown at.
Yeah, that's the way to go out. Ameya, thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you so
man.
much for calling, guys.
Definitely. We are going to do this multiple times. You will be here again. And the next time we'll probably go ahead and find catharsis in some other sort of anger that we haven't dealt with, and what we can't afford to bring to our therapist's table. That will bring to the camera and this table. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed the conversation, do follow us, do press the subscribe button, and more than anything else, the same thing for this episode, watch us live. If you see Ameya Deshpande's face on any poster, do check out his show, buy a ticket, it's definitely worth it.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sort. Yeah, this was a nice episode, dude. We went to a lot of nice different places. Acha hai.
Booting to everything.